Have you ever watched a major championship, maybe golf, maybe something else, where one person just completely runs away with it?
Yeah, where it stops feeling like a contest almost.
Exactly. Where the final day isn't about who will win, but just watching how they win. It felt a bit like that at the 153rd Open Championship, Royal Portrush, July 20th, 2025.
Mhm.
You picture the scene, right? Gray skies, that brisk North Atlantic wind whipping across the links.
Classic open conditions. Usually spells drama.
Usually.
Hmm.
But for Scottie Scheffler, it seemed, well, less like a battle against the elements in the field and more like a coronation. How does someone get that much control?
That's really what we want to dig into today. We're going to unpack Scheffler's win, look
Yeah.
at Royal Portrush itself, what a test that course
Oh,
is, and the stories around the guys chasing him, especially Rory McIlroy, the local favorite.
huge crowds for him.
Absolutely. And we'll look at the bigger picture, too, what this means for golf, for the region. We really want to pull out the key moments, the surprising details that show you what it takes to dominate like that.
It really was dominance, wasn't it? Scheffler, world number one, 29 years old. He closes with a 3 under 68
Finishes at 17 under par.
and wins by 4 shots. Comfortably. It was supposed to be this tense Sunday showdown.
But it really wasn't in the end. He stamped his authority on it so fast.
How did you do that? Right from the first hole, you said.
Yeah, it's amazing. Any ounce of suspense? Gone. Almost immediately, he birdies the very first hole,
Just like that.
stuffs his approach shot to like 16 inches. It's a tap-in birdie.
Okay. Sets the tone.
Totally. Then he adds more birdies at the fourth and fifth. His lead just stretches out.
So early on, people are already thinking about the winning margin, not if he'll win.
Exactly. For a little while there, you wondered if he might challenge a record. By the time he made the turn, I mean, he was just firmly in control. It showed incredible mental readiness.
But even the best face challenges. We got to talk about the 8th hole. Purgatory.
Ah, purgatory. Yeah, that par 4 is brutal.
You found a fairway bunker there, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't straightforward.
No, it took him 2 shots to get out.
Yeah.
He ended up making a double bogey.
And suddenly that big lead shrinks down to 4 shots. You could feel a buzz, right? Maybe a wobble.
For a moment, yeah, the crowd definitely reacted. But here's the thing about Scheffler.
He bounces back.
Instantly. Birdies the very next hole, the 9th. Adds another one at the 12th. Lead back up. Cushion restored.
Paul McGinley said something about that, didn't he?
He did. He said, there's nobody better at bouncing back from mistakes. And that wasn't just getting a shot back. It's mental discipline. Compartmentalizing the error, refocusing immediately. That's huge.
Especially under open pressure. And those conditions weren't easy. You had swirling winds,
Gusting over 20 millimeter at times.
intermittent rain showers. How was his game so suited to Portrush on a day like that?
Well, a couple of things. His ball flight is naturally quite low, which helps massively in the wind.
Piercing through it rather than getting knocked down.
Exactly. And his iron play was just phenomenal. On Sunday, in those conditions, he led the entire field in greens in regulation, hit over 80% of them.
80% on those small, tricky Portrush greens.
It's remarkable. It meant she wasn't scrambling as much as others, even the famous 16th Calamity corner.
Yeah, monster par 3.
Yeah, the 236-yarder. Even that didn't trip him up significantly. He just managed his game so well, kept minimizing the big risks. It gave him a massive strategic edge.
And that performance, that control, inevitably led to comparisons
The Tiger Woods.
in his prime. And the stat. First world number 1 to win the Open since Tiger back in 2006.
Yeah, it's a big one.
What does that comparison really mean at this stage of Scheffler's career?
Well, look, it's obviously rarefied air. But it's not just that he won as world number 1. It's how. Tiger was known for closing out tournaments, especially majors, when he had the 54-hole lead. Ruthless efficiency.
And Scheffler's doing that now.
This was his 4th major where he led going into Sunday and sealed the deal.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to flinch. That manner of winning, that control that makes the result feel almost inevitable. We haven't seen that consistently at the top in majors for a long time.
Okay, so Scheffler was writing his own story. But behind him, you had so much drama, hopes, heartbreak,
Absolutely.
and obviously Rory McIlroy, thousands of fans flooding Portrush, dreaming of him making a charge on home soil.
The atmosphere for him was incredible. Starting Sunday 6 shots back, it was always a long shot.
But he gave them moments, right? Flashes of hope.
He did. He played well, finished inside the top 5 at 11 under, but he just couldn't produce that miracle round needed to catch Scheffler.
And he acknowledged that afterwards.
Yeah, very graciously. He basically said, none of us could live with what he had this week. High praise for Scottie. But for Rory, walking up 18,
Must have been emotional.
huge standing ovation, chants of Rory, Rory, echoing across the course. He said afterwards that just being there, feeling that support despite not winning, made the week absolutely incredible for him.
It's a different kind of victory, maybe.
In a way, yeah. Accepting the situation, appreciating the connection with the fans, especially after missing the cut there in 2019.
Good point. Okay, so Rory had his moment. What about the actual race for second place?
That was interesting. China's Li Haotong had a fantastic week. Career best major finish.
Solo second, right, at 13 under.
Yep. And he played some brilliant shots down the stretch to secure it. Remember that bunker shot on 17?
The birdie from the sand. Clutch.
Yeah, totally. And he was honest afterwards, too. He basically admitted, given Scheffler's form, he was playing for second place.
Which tells you a lot about how the rest of the field viewed Scheffler's dominance.
It does. It's that psychological shift. When winning seems impossible, you refocus. Optimize your own result. Getting solo second in the Open is still a massive achievement.
Absolutely. And others played well, too. Matt Fitzpatrick from England.
Finished third at 12 under. Solid week for him.
Brian Harman, the American lefty, fifth at 10 under.
And you look at the defending champ, Xander Schauffele.
Only finished 6 under. Shows how tough it is to repeat.
Incredibly tough. But it underlines that guys were still grinding hard further down. Tyrrell Hatton shot 68 on Sunday to get into the top 10.
And DeChambeau.
Bryson, yeah. Fired a 64 on Sunday. Tied the low round of the week.
After opening with a 78, that's some comeback.
Incredible finish. It vaults him into the top 10, too. So, yeah, while Scheffler was in his own league for the win, the battle for those other top spots was fierce.
Let's talk about the stage itself. Royal Portrush. It wasn't just a backdrop. It felt like a character in the drama.
Oh, definitely. What a course. Stunningly beautiful, but so demanding.
That mix of seaside views and then, bam, danger everywhere. Course. Those deep plot bunkers.
It finds the best player. It really does. That's the essence of links golf, isn't it? It tests every single part of your game and your mind.
For you, what makes Portrush stand out as that ultimate test?
Well, take a hole like Calamity Corner, the 16th.
We mentioned it earlier. The long par 3.
Yeah, 236 yards, often into or across the wind to an elevated green. It absolutely lived up to its name all week.
How many guys were hitting that green in regulation?
Very few, honestly. Especially on Sunday with the windup, you saw so many tee shots just drift off into that chasm of rough and bunkers, short and right.
Just watching players and caddies agonize over club selection there.
Exactly. It's that constant pressure, one bad swing, one slight misjudgment, and you're scrambling hard to save par, or worse. It's a mental grind as much as a physical one.
And the fans certainly added to the intensity. The atmosphere was just incredible.
Electric is the word. A record crowd for an Open outside St. Andrews. Around 278,000 people over the week.
Wow.
And their passion just rolled across the dunes. They came hoping for Rory, obviously.
Yeah, the fairy tale finish.
But when it was clear Scheffler wasn't going to be caught, they didn't get quiet. They shifted. They started celebrating. Just fantastic golf.
That's great to see.
It really was. It felt like a festival by the end. There was that brief moment on 16T.
Oh, yeah, the spectator shout.
Yeah, someone yelled during Scheffler's backswing. Could have really rattled him.
But he just backed off.
Backed off, reset, total composure, hit the shot. Security dealt with the fan quickly, but it showed his focus. Then there's a short rain delay, too. It all just added to the final day buzz.
And walking up 18, even though the win was secure, the reception for Scheffler.
It was immense. Full grandstands, huge applause, a real appreciation for the champion golfer.
And Scheffler acknowledged that, didn't he? He knew he wasn't maybe the crowd's #1 choice that day.
He said exactly that, yeah. He understood he wasn't the fan favorite today, but he made a point of thanking the spectators for the support, for the unforgettable atmosphere. Speaks volumes about the fans there.
So let's put this win into historical context. Second Claret Jug for Scheffler.
Adds to his Masters wins.
He's now just one major away at the U.S. Open from the career Grand Slam.
Which is just incredible territory. And we come back to that stat, first world #1 to win the Open since Tiger in '06. It really does feel like it could be signaling a new era of dominance.
He just keeps converting those 54-hole leads.
With that same clinical efficiency we talked about. It's becoming his trademark in the majors.
And the commentators, his peers, they see it too. You mentioned Brandel Chambly earlier.
Yeah, Chambly said, what he's doing is so dominant and so clinical. We've done it for so many years with Tiger, and this week we're doing it with Scottie.
When you hear that kind of comparison, consistently, what does it actually mean for the sport when one player seems to reach that different level?
It's fascinating, really. It forces everyone else to react, to find new ways to compete, to elevate their own games. But Scheffler himself, despite all this, seems remarkably grounded.
His reaction seemed quite humble.
Very. Just talked about it being a pretty special feeling, how he grew up watching the Open, dreaming of playing in it, called the week great, the course amazing. That mix of supreme talent and genuine appreciation is quite compelling.
And for Rory, we touched on his walk-up 18. How do you think this week, finishing strongly but seeing Scheffler dominate, fits into his ongoing major journey, especially at Portrush after 2019?
It felt significant, actually, even in defeat. His honesty stood out, saying, Scheffler's been on a different level for the last 2 years compared to the rest of us. That's respect.
Yeah.
And for him personally, getting that huge ovation on 18 at Portrush after the pain of missing the cut in 2019, it felt like a kind of healing moment, a reconnection with the home crowd, regardless of the result. That narrative matters.
Beyond the players, though, this Open had a huge impact off the course, too.
Oh, massive. For Northern Ireland, for the Causeway Coast region, the economic boost is estimated to be huge, well into 8 figures.
And just the global exposure.
Exactly. Millions watching around the world, seeing how stunning that coastline is. You can't really put a price on that. The R&A's decision to bring the Open back to Portrush clearly paid off big time. It showcased the passion for golf there.
So looking back, the 153rd Open really had it all, didn't it? You had the dominant champion.
Generational talent showing his peak power.
You had the hometown hero narrative, the crowd connection.
Incredible atmosphere, real heart.
And just unforgettable moments on a legendary course. Memories that will stick around for a long time.
Definitely.
So we've really dug into Scottie Scheffler's incredible Open victory at Royal Portrush, his dominance, the stories of those chasing him, like Rory, and that amazing atmosphere from the course and the fans.
Yeah, it was quite the week. Which leaves you thinking, doesn't it? When you see someone perform under that intense, open pressure on such a demanding course with that level of consistency, what is that perfect blend? What mix of just raw skill, that mental conditioning, that strategic nous? What does it take to not just reach, but stay at that kind of Tiger-esque level?
Right.
And maybe more broadly, what happens to the rest of the sport when one player seems so clearly on a different level? How do the other top players respond? Do they change their approach? What new strategies might we see emerge to try and challenge that dominance? It's something fascinating to watch unfold.